Hello. It's the Positive Princess, y'all, back with another positive post. Willing to do the most. Make sure you love yourself some more today, y'all. I'm praying that you're having a blessed day. To always know that you matter and you are so very important. And to always do you and do it very well. And if you're not getting a relationship with Jesus Christ, you probably should. Okay, so remember how I was telling y'all that I was actively working on my attitude because I'm going to be in leadership, right? I'm struggling with sin, and the sin right now that I'm struggling with is right, acknowledging the fact that I still have clap back in me, right? So I can hear in the spirit. Nobody tells me about anything, any gossip or anything like that. God is just showing and sharing it with me, right? He that have eyes to see, let him see, and he that have ears to let him hear, right? Because he reveals to you things that you don't know, right? It says in Romans 14:12, it says, so then each of us will give an account of ourselves to God, right? So yesterday I mentioned about people's attitude being nasty and that they only understand and they only know negativity, which is not right, because I was just like that, right? I'm the same. If I'm saying someone's nasty, that's the same thing, right? So I'm correcting myself and God corrected me and convicted me, right? This is what a sinner looks like who's actively working on their sin, right? And I also have Ephesians 4:31. It says, get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ forgave you. Follow God's example, therefore, as dearly loved children, and walk in the way of love, just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us as a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God, right? So, I didn't grow up learning where people apologize even to children, right? When you're growing up, a lot of people don't show acknowledgement or accountability or apologizing, because adults do that as well. So I wanted to personally apologize because I did in that moment. I said that, right, out of malice in my own heart, right? And I can't take it back, right? But I can apologize, right? That's that's restoring the light inside of myself, right? Bringing to the forefront what was dark inside of me, which is malice, right? So I apologize for saying anybody is a stepsister, right? Everybody can be a Cinderella, but we don't need to be stepsisters to each other. You know what I'm saying? How are we going to come together as a community in Louisville, whether a lot of people know me or not, or whether I'm from here or not? How are we going to come together as a community when the time is needed? Right? Like I was saying, how are we going to be a community if we can't even get along with each other? Like, how can we really all bless each other if all we do is tear each other down? You know, as black women, we should be uplifting each other. Like, I don't understand why we can't praise each other when others are trying to climb up the ladder. Like, if I feel like I'm that girl and I know that I'm that girl, why can't you also feel like you're that girl and you know that you're that girl, right? God made many, many pretty girls. You know what I'm saying? So we should be uplifting each other. You know, nobody looks like anybody. That's the whole point. We are supposed to maximize our potential as individuals and also uplift each other and pick each other up, not tear each other down because we don't have the same assets. You know what I'm saying? Or we don't have the same liabilities. We should be uplifting each other as a community. That's what being a grown up woman is like, right? When you come to Christ, you are not like your old self. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, it talks about how, like, we're not supposed to be like wearing makeup or tampering with our hair and stuff. So I've been looking into that too. And that's majority why I prefer and I go for the natural look, because I'm tampering with God's creation if I'm adding something that he did not create for me to have on me, you know. And I make myself an example. If I'm trying to lead a life of a woman of God and my desire in my heart is to be married, I'm going to present myself as a wife. I can't put on a facade. I can't listen to negativity often or almost at all, but I need to learn how to understand and deal with it if it comes across my way. Because if I'm going to be somebody's wife, I need to learn how to respond if I was in that moment, or even with children. You know, we have a lot of impact, and you guys don't realize that what you do impacts the people around you, right? I don't have any children because I want to have a good attitude. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a better person individually, and this is what it takes: those hard conversations, those conversations you don't want to have, those conversations that you avoid. And I am anti-bullying, right? I've dealt with a lot of bullying, so it doesn't bother me like how it used to. I just kind of see it as someone showing me that, like, they need help in that area because they have also been bullied too, so they justify it. They justify that type of behavior, but I don't, right? So as Black women and just women in general in this community, we should be lifting each other up, because people are already tearing down so many Black women, and it's up to us to kind of encourage each other and uplift each other in ways that other people are not giving us, right?